Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this very massive siege battle here of 5 versus 3. The sun is setting and the desert is cooling. We have a fortress here, a 2-layer fortress, and it's going to be quite difficult to take. Now, the rules for this battle were 4 artillery pieces for the attacking team and 2 artillery pieces for the defending team. No guns, no elephants, max 2 cav. And that's pretty much it for rules. The money was at 30k for the defenders and 40k for the attackers. Now, if you look at my army, I am bringing a brand new strategy here. I'm playing as the Turks, and I only brought skirmishing units. And I told my allies, just bring a lot of infantry, and I will hang back and skirmish the crap out of the enemy. And I'm also bringing 2 artillery pieces. So that is the strategy for this siege, or at least my strategy. Let's quickly look at all the players and all the armies. So, like I said, I am the Turks. I have an ally here. His name is Monument of Time. He is playing as the Byzantine Empire. And over here, we have the Russians being commanded by the Rhine King. Very nice. I love the Russians. And we have 2 more allies, a very large team. We have Venice being commanded by Paladin Bob, and we have Portugal being commanded by the Pirate of Jamaica. Let's go ahead and check out the defenders. And it looks like Paladin Bob, he's just moving up siege equipment with his peasants. This is a strategy he does a lot in siege battles. But we have Sicily commanded by Seb. I think that's how I pronounce your name. S-E-B, Seb. And we have Spain being commanded by Plague, V-E-T, Plague. Very good player. And we have England being commanded by Levinicus. So we have some very, very good players in this match. And this is quite an epic siege, so I hope you enjoyed this. Now I'm going to go over the army comps very quickly. Alright, so starting with me, I have 3 units of Nafatoons. 1 unit has armor upgrades. I have a cannon. I have 3 units of Turkish Javs, pretty good Jav unit, and I have 3 units of Afghan Javs. These guys are excellent at skirmishing, and they're pretty decent at melee, so this is a good pickup here. And I have a Monster Bombard, of course, and I have an Allen Light unit to protect my artillery in case they get a little creative with cav. And I have 4 units of Ottoman infantry. I brought them because not only can they shoot their bows pretty well, they can fight melee. They grab these shields off their backs and fight with their swords. It's pretty awesome. So that is my Turk army. So the Byzantine Empire. In the front lines here, we have 4 units of Trebizond archers. He's got 3 units of dismounted Latincon, which are pretty much equivalent to feudal knights. He has, Actually, he has 4 units of dismounted Latincon. He has 4 units of dismounted Byzantine Lancers, which are pretty good with upgrades. And he has some Byzantine infantry. He has 5 units of Byzantine Lancers, 1 unit of Byzantine infantry. I'll let this cutscene hurry up. And we have some cav here. We have an Allen Light. We have 2 units of Allen Light and a General's Bodyguard. Actually, the rules were max 3 cav, not max 2. My mistake. Now looking at Russia. Russia has about 4 units of dismounted Druzina. These guys are pretty awesome. He's got 4 units of the Berchik Axemen. Very scary. Very good for their price. And he has some Spearmen. He's got about 2 units of Spearmen. And let's see here. What else does he have? He's got some woodsmen and he's got some woodsmen as kind of like a meat shield to push up the siege equipment. And he's got about 4 units of dismounted Devor, which is an excellent pickup. These guys, they're kind of like the Ottoman infantry, but better. They're really good with their bows, and they're excellent in melee. So that is the Russian army. Let's go ahead and check out this other flank over here. Alright, so looking at Venice, he's got about 4 units of dismounted feudal knights. He's got 4 units of Venetian heavy infantry. Very excellent unit here. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he has 4 units. He's got 2 units of peasant archers and 3 units of peasant crossbowmen. I felt like that was a bit much on the archer department. I felt like he should have brought a little bit less, but again, they are really cheap. They're all peasant archer units, so not a big deal. Actually, he brought 1 peasant archer and 4 peasant crossbowmen. He's got a artillery piece, a culverin here. He's got the Carroccio standard, very nice. And that is pretty much the Venetian force. Last on the attacking army, we have Portugal. And I actually really like this army here. He's got... Oh, cutscene. Praise be Allah. Alright, he's got 4 units of dismounted feudal knights, which, of course, feudal knights, they're always great. He's got 3 units of Pavis crossbowmen, 2 units of Lithuanian javs. Javs are always a great pickup in a siege. He has 4 units of dismounted conquistadors and a general's bodyguard. And it looks like they are making a push for the walls. The walls are not heavily defended, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. There should not be a lot of resistance. And they've got a little defense here, but we could tell that they were bluffing. We just knew that you weren't going to hold back a huge army with a handful of troops. So we went ahead and started marching forward, and I saved my ammo here. And check this out. Somehow this guy stands right in front of the cannon and just gets massacred. I don't know how that happens. This is a cannon crew, right? They train for this, but yet this idiot just stands in front of the cannon and he's dead. I wish I filmed it of him getting shot, but oh well. Also, me and the Ryan King were talking about the monster bombard. It would have been really cool if they added like a dragon's head at the end of this or something, but of course that's more medieval fantasy than reality, but I just think that would be cool. It is a monster bombard. And let's see what's going on. Yeah, he's getting some good shots off on my Turkish Jav. But let's go ahead and check out the army comps of the defending forces. Starting with Sicily, he's got about, I think, 2 units of Pavis crossbowmen. He's got 4 units of dismounted broken lances, 2 units of pike militia. Let's see, the rest of his army is in the keep here. He's got about 4 units of dismounted Norman knights, very great pickup. He's got 2 generals' bodyguards. I think one's early and one is late. Yes, indeed. I think getting 2 generals' bodyguard, it's because they're small units and they're pretty quick, so I think it's pretty good for a siege. And that's pretty much all of Sicily. He's got 4 units of sword and buckler men as well. Sword and buckler men, a great pickup. Very excellent unit. They're like a hidden gem in this game. But that's... Oh, wait. He's got more Pavis crossbowmen. He's got about 3 or 4 units of Pavis crossbowmen. Yeah. So look at this. Venice trying to break through. They did bluff the defense. And what I mean by bluff the defense, a lot of times people put up troops around the wall, and it makes the attackers want to take out all the towers so they can save their troops. But once they see the enemy marching, they retreat. So it made the attackers waste their ammo on, destroying these towers and these walls. So that's what bluffing is, if you didn't know. Or at least that's what I call it. So let's look at the rest of the armies. We have Spain. He has about 2 units of the Tracio pikemen. He's got 2 units of Pavis, actually 3 units of Pavis crossbowmen. He's got about 4 units of dismounted conquistadors. 4 units of dismounted feudal knights. And he's got some more infantry in here. He's got like 3 units of dismounted chivalric knights. A very good Spanish army here. He's got another Pavis unit here, and here's the rest of his conquistadors standing in the alleyways. It actually looks pretty cool. And that's pretty much all of Spain. Last but certainly not least, we have England here. England brought about 6 units of armored swordsmen, which is a very, very good pickup. If you have the money, you might as well spam units. 6 units. Armored Swordsmen are equivalent to Chivalric Knights, so they're a little bit better than Feudal Knights. He's got 1, 2, 3 units of dismounted Feudal Knights. Yeah, 3 units. No, actually 4 units of dismounted Feudal Knights, excuse me. Let's see here. He's got about 3 units of the Retinue Longbowmen. Pretty cool. He's got some town militia for some reason, just for reasons, I guess. And he's got about 3 units of armored sergeants, and he has 2 mortars. So that is all the armies in this battle, and the rest of this is just us marching through the first layer. So I think bluffing is always a good strategy, and also it's a really great strategy to pretend to bluff, but actually put up a defense. And look, Spain actually left some units over here. He's got some sword and buckler men. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So you're not really missing much at this point in the battle. We're just getting all our forces inside the first layer and kind of coming up with a strategy on how we're going to take the keep over, how we're going to attack it and strike and kill the enemy. But look at all these troops. This is going to be a very, very tough match. And I'm going to edit. I was thinking about fast forwarding, but I'm just going to edit, and you won't miss anything important, I promise. Alright guys, welcome back. Now if you see here, most of our armies are inside this castle here, and we see that we have some conquistadors, or sword and buckler men from Spain, and they activated these towers, and it's actually harassing the Byzantine player here. So me and Ryan saw this, and we're sending, Ryan's sending 2 units of Bergic Axemen, and what we're doing is we're preventing this unit to be able to escape, and if we can kill, you know, any kind of defenders before they get into the keep, that will be a huge bonus. So we're gonna make sure we kill that unit, and they will not return to their allies there in the keep. But here we go. It looks like the Bergic Axemen are getting harassed heavily by these crossbows. This is a great position for these crossbows. They're getting a ton of kills, and it looks like Pirate of Jamaica, he sent in his cab trying to harass the crossbows, but Spain did a great job on protecting them. But here we go. Here comes the Axemen. They're going to get some harass off. And I'm sending a unit over of Turkish Javs. We're trying to tell Byzantine, the Monument of Time here, to send a unit of this Byzantine infantry, but he was just not responding. I don't know if he stepped away or something, but he was not responding. But I saw that he was retreating his sword and buckler men off the walls. I thought he was going to go after my Javies, but actually what he's doing is he's trying to sneak around the Axemen and get past them, because he sent all of his Axemen up on the walls. But I see this, and I'm going to go ahead and send my Allen Light, and also Pirate of Jamaica, he sees this, and he's going to send some cav just to prevent them from escaping. But I set up my Javs here because I realized that they weren't under any threat. Oh, sorry, my dogs are barking. I don't even know if you heard that, but they like to bark, as dogs do. But finally, Byzantine sent some troops over, and we are going to slaughter this unit. We have it surrounded. Pretty cool. I was going to cut out of this, but I think this is really cool tactic-wise. So I was just going to leave this in the recording. It's small things like this in siege battles that can get you a victory, so you want to take every advantage as you can. But look at all the troops here we have to slaughter this one sword and buckler man. And it actually says victory seems certain for them, which is ridiculous. In fact, I retreated my Javs here because I felt like they were going to take care of this unit. But then I was like, oh crap, they actually might need more support. So I was going to send them down here. This is another strategy that I found out organically just by playing a lot. If you can get a unit pinned up on the walls, you can send archers or some kind of skirmish unit and throw the arrows into them while fighting. So that's what I'm doing here. Not the best angle, but they should get some throws off. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And there goes the second layer. The second layer of defense. Alright guys, so sorry about that little cut. My dogs were just barking like crazy, so I had to pause it there. But oh yeah, I got my monster bombard just breaking down walls, making it look easy. But it looks like we killed a bunch of looks like longbowmen. No, those are pavies. We killed a bunch of pavies here. Very nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit out more video because it is a very long bombardment phase. Oh, that's a cool scene there, how the walls fall and all the spears. Alright guys, so there was one more little cut there. Most of that cut was just me blowing up the walls. He actually destroyed my grand bombard with a mortar, but that's not too bad. Now we're advancing all our forces, pushing forward towards the main keep. If you look at the main keep, I destroyed about 4 openings, actually 6 openings with my grand bombard. These other openings were from Venice, Paladin Bob, and I destroyed most of the towers here. So we are pushing forward, and my men here, I have my cannon crew just trying to absorb archer fire. But I sent out a unit of Javies kind of in the opening here. If you see their dead bodies, they just got slaughtered. So we have to be very careful. They have very, very strong archers, and we can lose a lot of troops if we're careless. Which we've already lost, like a good handful of troops of just being careless. But hopefully we won't lose any more. He also has really good positioning up on these walls here. So let's see, he's got one unit of Pavi's crossbowmen protected by dismounted Shiverick Knights. So that's another really great position there. It looks like Spain. Oh, here we go. We've got Venice pushing. He's gonna help us. He's gonna help us out. He's gonna push on the flank here, and we have some Russian woodsmen charging in forward. Ryan King sending in his Russian force, and it looks like Venice and Portugal. They brought some ladders to this wall over here. They're gonna send up their units here, and they're not even challenged. They're just gonna take these walls without any kind of resistance. And here we go. The dismounted feudal knights for Venice are pushing, and we saw that he wasn't really protecting this gap, and that we could flank around and help his push. So I just charged forward my monster bombard, and this is actually really kind of crazy because they do very, very well. I expected them to like rout right now. They just killed like 3 units. They're kicking people, like punching people in the face. Like, this is just crazy. The feudal knights are trying to get through those pikes. Oh, we're getting a little frame droppage there, and we are pushing Byzantine and Russia. They are pushing against this very strong wall of feudal knights of Spain, and I'm moving up my jabs here. Oh man, there's just so much going on. My computer does not like it. My frame rate is dropping there a bit, but I've got some Turkish jabs throwing their stuff. I also had some Turkish jabs a bit too close to the combat, and they were fighting in melee, which was a big mistake by me. In fact, I still have another unit of Turkish jabs in there fighting. Oh, a great mortar shot. It causes my men to break, which is not good. And look at my monster bombard still fighting, still slaughtering units. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And here comes Venice. They're going to push through the gaps here. Portugal trying to break through. This looks very promising over here. They're making great progress. They're pushing through easily in this second layer defense here. Here comes Sicily. He's going to throw out some dismounted broken lances. It looks like Portugal is kind of harassing them with jabs. Well, let's go back to this fight over here. It looks like Byzantine brought some Byzantine lancers to support his ally here. And I'm down to like 3 monster bombard, and they are still fighting. Oh man, that guy got gutted. But look at him go. That guy just killed one. Well done there. And Spain is just doing an excellent job here. This is such a kill zone. And I think this is a huge mistake here. I think Byzantine Monument of Time, he kind of sent too many units at a time. It's not really that bad, but look at this kill zone. And what I mean by kill zone, they're holding us off with like 4 units of infantry, and they've got like 7 units of archers just shooting us as if they had machine guns, and our men are just falling left and right. And in fact, we have some Russian units breaking already. Russia not having the best infantry in the game. But look at this positioning. If you were a crossbow up here, you'd be like, oh, easy kills. So pretty cool battle. Very cool battle going on over here. We are just trying to break through. If we can break through here. Ooh, another great mortar shot here. And that causes more routing. And my Javs, they're not even fighting in melee, and they want to get the hell out of there. Look at my monster bombard, down to 1 man, still fighting. Still fighting. That is just crazy. And then I brought some Nafatoons over here. The defenders made another great choice by focusing his archer fire on my Nafatoons. So he was just slaughtering my Nafatoons, which was really bad for me because Nafatoons are pretty important in a siege. And now I'm trying to get Javs in range, but they just keep running around. I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're like, do we go up and fight, or do you want us to run, or you want? Oh, okay, we'll go in here. So I do send them in here, and I'm gonna sit them behind these infantry units and throw my Javies at these very elite conquistadors. So Spain just putting up this great defense. And finally, we break through. But oh my god, look at all the slaughtered men on our side. All this archer fire is just brutal on our forces. And I'm just moving up all the Javs that I can. A lot of my Javies are down to such few men because they just got melted away from bows and mortar fire. And I'm moving up my archers, my Ottoman infantry. We are just pushing hard in this front gate. We gotta support our allies over here, who are trying to break through over here as well. Look at, I still have a monster bombard. He's down to the last man. He's like, I don't care. I'm not breaking. I'm going to kill these infidels. Very cool. And here's my Nafatoons. Not really getting any good shots off, which is really, really bad. And great positioning here by Venice. Moving up his crossbows and getting great shots. Oh, we even have some Allen Light Cav flanking around. How did he do that? He must have snuck in some cav over here, flanked around, and now he's killing these guys from the back. That is something we definitely need. Great move there by Monument of Time. And we are pushing forward. Now Sicily is putting up the front. And Byzantine is trying to break through and kill these Shivrik Knights, but this is going to be a pretty tough task for these Byzantine infantry. They're no match to these Shivrik Knights, but they do have them outnumbered. And I've got my my archers firing, trying to kill the enemy archers, which I'm not going to get a lot of kills because these walls protect them. It's kind of like an awkward angle for my bows, but it's fairly even still in this siege. But so far we've really struggled to break through this defense. Here comes my Javs, just trying to get as many kills as I can. Support my allies' infantry. These sword and buckler men, they're so tough. And we have more Russian forces here. They're kind of getting harassed by bows, but it's not too bad. And finally, they're breaking through this opening. Venice and Portugal doing an excellent job pushing through. I only sent like a couple units of my skirmish forces, and that's all they really needed. So now they're going to push, and we are pushing. Looks like he got his dismounted Devor kind of harassing the enemy through this main gate. He sends up some dismounted Funeral Knights. This unit has returned from routing. And look at this Shivrik Knight, still kicking ass. Still have not broken that Shivrik Knight. And he's sending even more dismounted Byzantine infantry over there. My archers, at this point I'm just trying to use up all my ammo, but they are getting picked off by the enemy. I should have put my men in loose formation. I don't know why I didn't. That was a huge mistake by me. I moved up my Afghan Javs. These were going to be my secondary Javs just because they're a little bit better and I want them for the end of the fight. And look at all the Pavi's crossbow militia here and the Lithuanian Javs. And we are trying to push. Russia's trying to cut through here, but they're down to such few troops. And our allies are pushing over in this archway. And sadly, he charges forward some conquistadors after my Afghan Javs. What I was trying to do is sit back and, you know, throw my Javs at the enemy. But he sees that, and the best way to cancel that is just charge infantry at him, naturally. Ooh, a good mortar shot there. And the mortars are so deadly. And now it looks like the Rhine King is committing his dismounted Devor in melee, which is fine. They're excellent in melee. And look, they're still fighting this Chivalric Knight unit. So what I did is I sent some Ottoman infantry to kind of pick him off. I'm trying to support him. Just help them. Because we really need to silence these bows here. These crossbows. Because they're just killing so many of our troops. I've got some Allen Light Cav. Just waiting for a command. And yeah, look at all the archer fire we have right now. I was kind of not too happy that my allies brought so many archers because I was like, hey, I'm bringing all the skirmish forces, so don't worry about it. Bring like 2, maybe just 1. But Byzantine brought 4 archer units, which I think is a bit much. I was hoping he would bring more infantry, but that's okay. You know, it happens. Miscommunication. But we're starting to break through here. We're pushing them back finally. Russia, though, is pretty chewed up, and this is pretty much all that's left of Venice and Portugal. Fighting a big horde of Englishmen, Spanish troops, and Sicilian troops. And I'm breaking through with my Ottoman infantry. We really need to put pressure on this side so they don't focus everything on this side. My Nafatoon's finally getting some good shots here off these Sicilian Norman knights. But my Ottomans break. Ottomans are not that great. Ottoman infantry are not that great in melee. And I even commit a unit of Ottoman infantry to kill these Chivalric Knights. These Chivalric Knights survived this fight. They killed like 4 units. Look, 4 units of Byzantine infantry. And they're still 17 men in the unit. That is just ridiculous. Just no luck is on our side. I still have, I have 1 Nafatoon here, and he's throwing their pots at the wall.
We have lost half of our men.
That is just silly. That is just silly. So we lost half of my army, which is not good at all.
Our allies have fled and scattered to the 4 winds.
But this is still promising here. I focus most of my skirmishing forces over on this side now because they're protected. Of course, if I push over here, they're not very protected. In fact, they're trying to go after my Nafatoons, which I think are in melee right now. But I'm trying to break these feudal knights, which I do. Or actually, they're just retreating. Here comes my Allen Light. I run them through spikes here, which sucks. Stakes. And I'm just trying to kill as many men as I can. And look at, we just have a huge army of archers over here. I just felt like we brought too many archers, and he's going to come harass us with cav. It's only 2 units though. And he still has, look, this unit is still fighting. They're steady, they're very tired, and they're down to 11, but hey, they're still alive, and they killed so many Byzantine forces. And look at all the reserves on the defenders. I think it's safe to say at this point the battle is in favor of the defenders, and it's not looking too good for Team Apollo. But we could push through, we could get a huge chain route here. It's just if I can get my Nafatoons. There we go. Finally getting some good shots off with the Nafatoon pots. They're getting harassed though by archers up on this wall here. But this is just a crazy siege battle. My frame rate hates it. There's so many units on the battlefield right now. So here comes some cav. We have the Portugal general pushing forward, trying to kill these this amount of conquistadors. And we do have some routing by England. Very nice. Those mortars are tearing us up. There goes my general. My general was fighting. I put him in the Turkish or the Afghan Jab unit, and he died in combat. Brave, noble death, I suppose. So here comes Portugal, trying to get some kills off these feudal knights. He kind of has his general surrounded here by conquistadors and the Sicilian general's bodyguard.
We must look to our own soldiers for victory now.
So our generals are just getting massacred at this point, and all we really have are light units, archer units, and we're just throwing them into the fight now. Though I do have some cannon artillery crew. Hell yeah, they can turn it around. But look at this battle from the bird's eye view, just so chaotic. And we're just trying to skirmish them to death, basically, at this point. All they have to do is charge at us, and they'll probably beat us. But I'm okay with them just sitting there. Here comes the Byzantine general. He wants a piece of the action. My Afghan Javs throwing their Javies. These feudal knights. Getting a lot of kills. My poor Napatoons were cut up by some dismounted Normans. And this is just insane. Insane battle. Insane fight. Here comes Venice. Venice is trying to push through. It's got some feudal knights left over. Here comes the Portugal general's bodyguard. Of course, the general died, though. Here comes some Venetian heavy. This is pretty much all that we have left for infantry as a team. We do have some 2v2 here. We've got 2 units of feudal knights versus 2 units of conquistadors. Make that 1v2, and this unit, it looks like they broke. So they're down to 2 units of conquistadors. I'm just gonna stare at them with my Afghan Javies. But yeah, at this point we're pushing forward with archers, and they're tired. We got a lot of sword and buckler men. But this battle was so intense and insane. I had to upload this. I absolutely had to. So England still has a lot of reserves. Still have the mortars firing away, which is pretty bad for us. But at this point, we have such few troops that the mortar's not going to really hit us. It's going to hit more of their own allies. That is the Venetian general. He has been slain. The Russian general, if you look way over here, he's running. He's one guy. He's going to go home. What a coward. Look at this guy. Oh my god. Coward. So there, yeah, we're all routing here pretty bad. I'm down to like 2 units at this point. I've got a couple of Afghan Javies. And I've got this Afghan Jab trying to kill this one conquistador. Let's see if they can do it. This is the same unit that was down to 2 units. Or 2 men. But he's going ham on my Javies. There we go. We slay him finally. And yeah, we have a chain route here of Venice and Portugal. Though my Afghan Javies are staying true. They're fighting to the end. They're going to fight to the death here. I think that is Portugal. All of Portugal. Oh, look at this chain route. They're going to go home. They're like, we had enough of this. And they're going to run down our retreating men. They have no respect, no honor. No, just kidding. All fun and games. But Yeah, he's even chasing down our units with Pavi's crossbow militia. So it was pretty close. Though I think the defenders easily won this one. It was close. They were down to, well, they have a lot of units actually, but we tried. It was a really good defense. I made a lot of mistakes. I don't think I'll ever bring a full skirmish army again. But here's the end results. Everyone doing pretty well. Paladin Bomb, Pirate of Jamaica, they both did very well, getting 500 plus kills. They did an excellent job on taking this side of the fortress. Me, the Rhine King, and Monument of Time, we struggled there greatly. They pinned us down here in this choke way, this choke point, and just shot us to death with archers. Plague getting 1,189 kills. I'm sure most of those kills were with archers. Very great job. Sicily here getting 700 and Lavrinicus getting 700. So excellent game, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a very epic siege, and I'll see you next time.